Jezebel is a type of a marine spirit, meaning she operates, her headquarters is in the sea, in the oceans. So in the kingdom of darkness there are four major, let me say, departments. There's the realm of the sea, the realm of the fire, the realm of the air, and the realm of the ground. That's on earth now, on the ground here where we are. So Jezebel operates in between the sea and the ground. So today I want to, first before we get into the main, let me give you into the main topic of the traits of Jezebel. Let me give you the key things you should know about the spirit of Jezebel. I want to give you 4 key things first, and then we shall get into the traits later. So the first key thing you should know about Jezebel is Jezebel is in charge of fashion in the world. All the fashion trends you see, most so in the music, movie, and sports industry, is from Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel uses the worldly celebrities to influence the masses into following her trends of fashion. When you get into these fashion trends inspired by Jezebel, you'll always open up yourself to a demonic attack. So the first key thing you should know that Jezebel is in control of fashion in the world. So the second key thing is Jezebel is among let me say, the biggest gang of demons in charge of sexual immorality. That's why you see Jezebel uses fashion as a way to lure men to fall into sexual sin. So your dress code reveals the spirit that is in you, the spirit you're operating under, the way you dress. You'll let me say, you'll always know a madman by how he or she is dressed. You'll know it. So on this key number 2, the key thing number 2 about Jezebel being among the biggest gang of demons, is in charge of sexual morality, and that's connected also to the dress code. So the key thing number 3 is Jezebel is in the leadership positions in different organizations. You'll always find an agent of darkness with the Jezebel traits in any organization that you're in, whether it's a school, university, whether it's a company. You see that in the book of Kings. So that's the key thing number 3. The key thing number 4 is Jezebel is also in the church. That's spoken of in the book of Revelation 2:20, speaking that she calls herself a prophetess, meaning she's inside the church. And this one is common right now. There are so many prophets operating under the spirit of divination, who are deceiving the masses with their false prophecies. So on this key thing number 4 is about Jezebel has crept into the church. Okay, she crept into the church. Jesus points it out in Revelation 2:20. Also you can see it in the book of 2 Kings, the prophets of Baal, the fake prophets. Yeah, so those are the 4 key things you should know about Jezebel. And Jezebel can operate both in a man and a woman. So I'll analyze briefly the 7 traits of Jezebel, but I'll expound on one trait, which is the trait of seduction, which is the first one. And then later I'll do separate preachings on each and every trait, but on this video I'll be speaking lastly on the trait of seduction. So the 7 traits I'm about to briefly state them is okay. The first trait is the trait of seduction. Jezebel tried to seduce Jehu by putting on makeup. That's found in 2 Kings 9 verse 30. So the second trait is the trait of intimidation. Jezebel scared Elijah by sending a messenger. That's found in 1 Kings 19:2. The third trait is manipulation. Jezebel wrote letters in Ahab's name in order to steal Naboth's vineyard. That's manipulation. That's found in 1 Kings 21:8. So trait number 4 is Jezebel teaches a false doctrine. In the book of Revelation 2:20, the Bible states that Jezebel is a teacher. She teaches a false doctrine and she calls herself a prophetess. So that's trait number 4. Trait number 5 is Jezebel loves leadership positions. That's also in the book of Revelation 2:20. She calls herself a prophetess. She loves the limelight. She loves to be seen. It's also connected to the spirit of pride. She's proudful. She or he can operate in a man or a woman. So trait number 6 is trait number 5, not 6. Number 5, Jezebel thrives where leadership is weak. So in the case of Ahab had a passive character, and Ahab was very weak. That's why God had to send Jehu to take Jezebel out, because Ahab was weak. Ahab had a passive character. So on this trait number 6, Jezebel thrives where leadership is weak. So trait number 7, Jezebel is non-repentant. In the book of Revelation 2:20 states that she's non-repentant. Revelation 2:20. So those are the 7 traits of Jezebel. So I'll expound on the trait of seduction. I want to explain the trait of seduction. So seduction, under seduction, okay. Jezebel tried to seduce Jehu by putting on makeup. She painted her eyes and went by the window, expecting that Jehu would see her. But indeed Jehu saw her, but Jezebel's mission failed. Jehu didn't fall for the seduction Jezebel was trying to initiate. So the spirit behind makeup is the spirit of seduction, and Revelation 2:20 confirms that. Let's just read it out so that you may understand it. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants to commit sexual immorality and eat things sacrificed to idols. So the spirit behind makeup is the spirit of seduction. And under seduction we have fashion. Jezebel is in charge of fashion, in charge of secular fashion. So physically you can identify a Jezebel by how the person dresses. Your dress code displays a lot about the spirit that you're operating under. There are so many fashion brands promoting the spirit of Jezebel. So many of them. I'll do a separate video on that. So first let me say this. Do you know that you can be possessed by a spirit by wearing these marine clothes or any ungodly type of clothing? For those who don't know, that a demon can possess you by the cloth you wear. So look at the fashion brands like Versace. Let's use that as an example, because they're putting it publicly. On the logo of Versace, that's a marine spirit, and it's the symbol on their logo. It's the symbol of Medusa. Medusa is a marine spirit, a marine sexual demon, working under Jezebel. So what happens is when you wear this demonic fashion brand, you spiritually identify yourself with that spirit. So the demon will possess you through that symbol, because that's the symbol of Medusa. Then what next? The demonic traits of that spirit will start manifesting on you. And you all know, for those who know how marine spirits operate, when Most of these are sexual demons. When it possesses you, number one, you start having sex in your dreams. You start experiencing the spirit of regression. You're going back to school. Others, barrenness, miscarriages. You have to know the traits of a marine spirit, the manifestation of the demon, a person who has been possessed by a marine spirit, the traits. So when you wear such fashion brands, like Versace as an example, that the logo of Versace, that's a marine spirit, Medusa. I had an experience of that. Somebody gave me a gift of the same, but by God's grace I was enlightened to know what it is. So you see how the devil is so crafty. If you're not going to buy it, he might send somebody to bring it to you. So if you don't have the spirit of discernment, you might fall for it. So that's for seduction. So we shall share on the other video the next spirit, which is the trait of intimidation.
Tathalitha Gospel, the true eternal gospel of Jesus Christ.
Tathalitha Gospel, the true eternal gospel of Jesus Christ.
Tathalitha Gospel, the true eternal gospel of Jesus Christ.